Today I woke up and I happened to come across the TikTok of Mr. Austin Holloman, which is where I first found him. He wasn't so prominent on YouTube at that time, but he was going viral on TikTok. I believe some brothers had showed a few of his TikToks to me. And of course, I believe at the time he was living either in Dallas, Texas or Austin. I believe it was Dallas, Texas. And after I responded to a few videos of his, he got a little bit more following, and so much of a following that he had already been to Colombia, had already been to Brazil. He decided to move to Brazil, which is a very risky trip, right? Think about that. Like, to just move to a place, you don't really know the language, you don't really know what's going on, and just to move there. And so many of us were wanting to know how his life would turn out in Brazil. And of course, some people are saying, well, after the honeymoon phase is over, he's going to, come to his senses, and then we'll see him for who he is, or he'll see it for who he is, because, women are the same everywhere. So what I want to do is I want to play that particular video, and then we'll come back and see what his revelation is.
Guys, I want to say that I apologize. My views have changed a lot now that I've actually moved to Brazil, and a lot of stuff I may have said was wrong. I know that I pedestalize women in Brazil a lot, and I chose to pedestalize Brazilian women and bring down American women by comparing them. And I think it was just a honeymoon phase of me just living here. And I think now that I've been here 6 weeks, it's kind of over with. And I'm starting to see the truth that it's really not that much different from what I said from the beginning. These women in Brazil are the best women on the planet.
So guys, you've heard that. This actually is going to be worse for some of the sisters out there, because what we all expected was for him to say, Brazil is, the honeymoon phase is over. And when the honeymoon phase is over with a person, you get to see it for what it is. And that's the truth in any place you live, whether it's in Europe, in Africa. When I first came to Africa, I was like really, really, really on fire, and I still am really on fire. But then, I had to come to some uncomfortable truths about certain things. And then, things became as usual and whatever. I wasn't on the same high, although I get different highs and lows of being on the continent. But now, in the case of Austin Holloman, it's better than what he thought. Here's a clip of Austin Holloman outside the club in Brazil, okay? Listen to this.
So we waiting to get into the club right now, and we were just talking about how many women it is compared to dudes. It's one dude in the front, and it's like 5 dudes in the back. You don't believe me? Look. It's the 3 of us, Floyd and Fred. We got all those women. One dude. You got all. God damn.
So guys, you've heard that. Let me say this. I've lived all over the world. I believe more so than Mr. Austin Holloman, just due to my age. And yeah, can you make some comparisons between women in America and women in, I don't know, Uganda, Kenya, women in South Africa, women in Poland, or something like that? Well, yeah, women need attention. Women need time. Women want a man to provide for them and things like that. But now, here's something that I've noticed that I've never gotten on the continent of Africa that I have experienced in the United States. Women bad-mouthing you and openly disrespecting your manhood. Hardly ever. Even when there are disagreements, and that's when you really get to see who the woman is. When things are not going your way, or going her way. Now, how does a woman deal with adversity? That's the tale of a woman. And for a lot of us as brothers, when we come and we deal with women, let's say in Ghana or dealing with women in, Brazil, obviously you're going to have, people with low morality or higher morality, or, they could be lying and cheating and all of that, just like anywhere in the world. But now, how does the woman handle adversity? What is the woman trying to put into the relationship? How does the woman respect you? And obviously you're going to have some aspects of, not telling the truth, or you cheating, or her might be cheating, or whatever, or lying. That happens everywhere. But what about, do you still feel like a man? And do you feel like you want to continue taking care and providing for this woman because that femininity is there? And that's what you get. Like, the femininity is strong. You feel like the women overseas, even in countries that are like relatively poor and have less infrastructure, and let's say even less professionalism in the business world, you feel like the effort is being made to take care of you. The effort is being made to honor you. Now, I am never implying that American women cannot do that, but you feel like when you're dealing with American women, it has to be taught. Your value has to be taught. And I'm not putting any shade against American women, because that is kind of how they are taught. And to be honest, that's how we're taught. You know what? I love my mom. I love my family. My family never taught me that, hey, your woman is supposed to do X, Y, and Z for you. Your woman is supposed to cook for you. She's supposed to clean for you. Your woman is supposed to honor you. You are the head of the house, and you should demand this respect. Nobody told me that. My dad didn't tell me that. My mom didn't tell me that. But my mom and dad did tell me you should open doors for women. You should walk on the outside of the road. If you have a girlfriend, people are inside the road. So if a car comes, the car hits you and not her. You know what I'm saying? You're always taught to be a gentleman, to do things for your wife, to earn for your wife, to take care of your family. And you're taught to do this blindly with nothing in return. You're taught to chase women around. You're not taught that you should, you should have, you should expect value from her in return. They don't teach you that. So this is why a lot of American men don't get it, because they teach women that they should be giving and teach men that they should be the givers. But then, and that's what we feel. We feel like that's what our life is worth. It's not worth very much as men once you get married. You're supposed to sacrifice and work, and then you die. And then you leave all your assets to your wife and, or girlfriend or whoever else, baby mama. And then they go on and get somebody that's like not even what you have, and they get more later on in life. That's what American men are taught. And what men are being taught now is, hey, listen, there's another opportunity where you can actually be respected in this lifetime, and you don't have to fight for it. And if you think about what a lot of things going on in America with so many women coming from single parent homes, in a way, it's not their fault. They don't know. They don't know. And I used to be upset, like, why don't y'all know? And they just don't know. Some of them are starting to know, because they've been taught the whole time, I don't need to do that for a man. A man's gonna come and marry me and give me everything. And as illogical and silly as that sounds to men, that doesn't sound like that to women. Women don't think with the same mindset that men have. So it leaves us frustrated, because we're like, okay, look, you guys don't get that. But in these cultures where men are still leading the societies, yeah, you're gonna get that. And what a black man would have to do is he has to come in. Obviously, you can get that respect, but I think because of the mindset now, it's a lot of work. You need to do a lot of building. You need to have a lot of unity with black men. You need to be providing a lot of services and a lot of masculinity, a lot of leadership, because you have that certain distrust from women towards you. And a lot of guys are like, okay, well, if you go into these other places, I'm already going to have that respect as a man already. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. I'm out.